and welcome back to the Diamond Enigma podcast. I am your host, Michael, with my good buddy Ricky over there. We're going to jump into the latest WWE news, and this week we've got releases.
Yeah, unfortunately today we've been told that there is 23 releases by the WWE. So we're going to go through them all, and then we'll go from there. So far, WWE have released the following. We've got Drake Maverick, Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, Heath Slater, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Rusev, No Way Jose, Sarah Logan, Mike Kanellis, Maria Kanellis, Aiden English, EC3, Leo Rush, Eric Young, Primo Cologne, Epico Cologne, Eric Rowan, Diona Perezzo, Alexander Jazik, MJ Jenkins, Josiah Williams, and Mike Chioda, the referee. That's a lot of names there.
So with all that in mind, and all that's happening right now, how are we feeling about all these people being let go by WWE? Considering that this is a normal process for the WWE to have twice a year.
True, but the timing is all wrong right now, especially with what's going on. None of these wrestlers can get jobs anywhere else because none of the independent circuits are hiring. I'm not sure what AEW are doing at the minute because they're probably in the same boat right now when it comes to talent as well. So all I can suggest is that some of these wrestlers might even be brought back after this is all over with. We don't know yet, but it's not. There's better ways of doing it than this. I mean, there's some really talented wrestlers on here that have been wasted. What do you agree on that?
Yeah, I do. But I do also, looking down this list, I do see a couple where I'm not that surprised at as well. So.
Oh yeah, same here.
All right, let's get. Well, first of all, Drake Maverick actually went to Twitter about this, and he wasn't too happy, was he?
No, I saw that. It's a very emotional video that he posted on there, and I did feel for him. I really did. Because you know what I don't get about this? He was scheduled to be in the NXT. I think it's NXT. Yeah, NXT Cruiserweight Championship tournament. And
yeah,
he's got, whether it's been pre-recorded or not, I don't know, but they're advertising wrestlers who have been released in upcoming matches.
And also, he's been featured quite highly in the original shows as well, as given his take on previous matches, which would indicate that he was actually going to be a mainstay for quite a while, because they don't normally do that sort of thing with up-and-coming stars.
And also news on this, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson literally a few months ago signed a new long-term WWE contract.
So what's going to happen with that?
So what was that? So basically that Boneyard match at Mania was their last hurrah.
Does that mean they get even a better payout out of all this, considering they got a release when they shouldn't have done?
I think there's more to it than this. I don't understand why they've let wrestlers like that go what just been heavily involved in a storyline for WrestleMania. And WWE right now are lacking tag teams. And that is one of their main tag teams. They just won that Best in the World tag team trophy at Crown Jewel. And there was in part of the OC with AJ Styles, who was the biggest heel on Raw. So why all of a sudden would you get rid of them two? Is it because they've got big contracts or something? I don't get it.
Well, with them going into WWE the way they did, and with the momentum behind them, obviously working with AJ back in Japan, and massive talent's been around the world, just like AJ, independents, all these different organizations. And maybe you're right. Maybe the price tag was a little bit too high and it's cheaper to release than to keep.
It probably is. I mean, no disrespect to when I say these two names coming up, but if I had a choice between these two names I'm about to say or Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows from the OC, I know which two I'd keep. And I'm just going to chuck it out there, and it's no offense to them, right? WWE have got rid of Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, but have kept Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel of the B team.
Is this because of their lineage?
No, because I don't know. I just don't get it.
But they both come from
the B team are never on telly.
The thing is, though, they come from wrestling backgrounds. Bo Dallas is Bray Wyatt's brother.
True, but right now, I would believe that OC merchandise would be selling a lot more than the B team merchandise. If you're basing it on merchandise sales or popularity, OC have been involved in everything lately with AJ Styles, who was like the main top guy, one of the main top guys of the company. So why would you get rid of break up his band without any explanation whatsoever?
Well, they dubbed AJ mainly as a singles competitor, so maybe that where that comes involved. We're
True,
saying,
but at the end of the day, they still were a group. There was still a faction.
well, we know quite publicly how Vince feels about factions and not being too highly strung on them. So that wouldn't really sway his vote to keeping him, would it?
True. I just can't believe it. I can't believe they've gone. Another one is Heath Slater. What do you think about him going?
Now, Heath has made a very long career out of a lot of little stints.
I think the last thing I remember Heath Slater doing is when he said he had kids and he formed a tag team with Rhino to win the tag titles.
Well, Rhino's already got released last year, I believe.
Yeah, he did. He got released quite a while ago now. The only hope I have for Heath Slater is that he was the last member of 3MB not to win the WWE title. And if Patton serves me right, Jinder Mahal got sacked, come back, won the WWE title. Drew McIntyre got the sack, come back, won the WWE Universal title. So now it's time for Heath Slater to step his game up and come back better than ever and challenge for the WWE Championship.
If that pulls off, can you imagine the Hall of Fame in 20 years' time with the 3MB coming out to induct themselves? Just be ridiculous.
Would you take it serious if he was the WWE champion? Would he have to change his gimmick?
He's
a good wrestler.
He is a good wrestler. We know that from his days in Nexus all the way through. And his solid wrestling foundation of what kept him there. Let's be honest.
I'm sure he's in another group as well. I'm trying to think of the name of the group he was in. The Core. I think it was the Core.
Yes.
Was it the Core?
Yeah, when Punk took over Nexus.
Yeah, that was another one as well.
Wade Barrett got the car.
Yeah, that was it. The Core. God.
I mean, like, it was a very... Heath Slater is arguably one of the top wrestlers on this list, to be fair.
He is.
Out of achievements.
I believe he is.
And, yeah.
I can't believe they got rid of him. But then again, there is light at the end of the tunnel for him. Like I said, he should go away, come back, bulk up, hit the gym, come back as a new man, and go for the WWE title and get the 3MB complete. The resurrection of the 3MB.
So, let's go on to another tag team. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder.
Oh. Well,
fan favourites.
To be honest, I wasn't a fan of Kurt Hawkins. I never have been, never will be. He's okay, but the biggest one for me was Zack Ryder. Me and you were both Zack Ryder fans. I remember, I'm not going to name no names on this, but I'm sure I heard someone quote Zack Ryder as the next John Cena at one point.
Thing is, though, Zack Ryder had a lot of potential, and he got wasted through his own stupidity, I'd say.
Well, he just tried to get himself over. He didn't do nothing wrong at the time. I just think he's had his WrestleMania moment when he won the Intercontinental title. But I'm not going to name no names again, but somebody forgot about that. But don't worry about it. It happens.
We didn't forget about that. It just didn't mean anything until The Miz got it.
Don't be mean. He had a great WrestleMania moment. No one expected him to win that ladder match. Just a shame he lost it the next night on Raw.
Well, surely that could have been just a little nudge. Say, come on, Zack, it's ready to hand the boots up. Get back on the internet.
There was a time, actually, when he was headlining house shows. Me and you went to one. He was teaming up with John Cena. I can't remember who he was taking on at the time, but I know it was John Cena was a big fan of Zack Ryder.
It's when John did the heel turn against Zack, wasn't it?
Well, they never really dubbed it as a heel turn.
Well, let's give him some some props here.
Woman got involved.
Let's just say, just for Zack's own benefit, it was a heel turn. They tried to get Zack over on Cena, and within weeks of that completing, no one gave a flying fuck about him.
Well, you got to give credit to Zack. At least he tried to get himself over, even though the WWE didn't really acknowledge him for anything at the time. So you got to give him credit where credit is due there.
He's the originator, really, of bringing, like, self-publicizing on the internet to get yourself over with the audience.
Yeah, social media. I think there's only him and Matt Hardy who's done that properly.
Well, we can't forget the Internet Championship.
Yeah, that fizzled out, though.
Well, you say that, but it's still a replica belt you can buy from WWE stores.
I think you can still now. I don't know about what's going to go on now, though. But yeah, he was. He sold loads of T-shirts. I know that.
And now you got the up, down, down title as well.
Yep. I think they wasted Zack Ryder. I think they should have done more with him.
The thing is, though, I think he accepted the wrong storylines at the wrong time.
Yep. Thing is, Vince McMahon says he always listens to the crowd. If that was the case, Zack Ryder... I remember a match on... I can't remember if it was Survivor Series or SummerSlam. There was a Intercontinental title match. It was Dolph Ziggler v someone. All they kept chanting for was Zack Ryder.
Yeah,
the whole match.
Just after Mania, wasn't it?
Yeah. And that just shows you, doesn't it? It doesn't happen very often, that.
Well, I mean, we're talking about seeing him at WrestleMania. Zack Ryder was featured in a few of the adverts, wasn't he?
Yep.
So it's not like they didn't have a use for him.
They could have done something with these guys. I just think most of these have just been wasted, in my opinion. And especially, can I just talk about the next one as well?
Yeah.
The main one was Rusev. A guy who came into WWE, who was undefeated for a year, came out of WrestleMania in a tank, took on John Cena, lost, went on a downward spiral for a bit, came back up with his own creation of Rusev Day, which was with one of the other people that's been released, Aiden English. Got himself over. WWE didn't acknowledge that and didn't want anything to do with it, even though he was the most over guy in the company at one point. I still think he was wasted. And a lot long ago, he got into that storyline with Bobby Lashley and Lana. For some reason, Lana's still, I think, hide at the minute on the WWE, which makes no sense because they actually are married in real life. But for me, I think they've just wasted Rusev big time. What a waste of a talent.
Well, regardless of them being married, if you put these two on a card, Lana, Rusev, even as Lana as the manager of someone else, who's going to get the bigger pull?
It's going to be Rusev.
It's going to be Rusev, isn't it?
You know what I'm afraid of now? Well, I'm not afraid. I think I know it's going to happen. When the crowd come back to watch WWE, and they will eventually one day, we'll all go back to doing that again. They're going to chant for Rusev every time Lana comes out. I don't think even when Lana comes out, if a match is getting boring or whatever, they're going to chant Rusev Day.
Well,
because if fans don't agree with a firing, they will let them know about it. And that's what I love about WWE, when the WWE universe doing stuff like that.
Well, it's the whole wrestling community. It's such a vibrant community that just says what they think, really. Like us.
Everyone loved Rusev and Rusev Day. It's fantastic. I don't understand it. You're not going to get a chance for Kurt Hawkins to come back during boring matches, are you? I mean, look what happened when CM Punk left. Who do we still chant for now when there's a shit match on?
Yeah, that is very true. But we got to put it into perspective. These may not have been sacked on talent. These could have been sacked basically looking at the contract saying, we need X amount of money. Can you chop a few here and there to make this money back up so we're not losing too much?
True. I was just gutted about Rusev. I absolutely like Rusev. He's such a good wrestler. Just wait, and you know what? They even did it on Rusev Day, which annoyed me even more.
There is no Rusev Day anymore, and it's a shame.
No.
As soon as him and Lana stopped all this, the initial gimmick, and went their own way with it, they both improved on like over. They both improved over with the audience massively, and he could have had a good run as a US or Intercontinental Champion again.
Yep, I'd have pushed him in the main event picture.
Well, you could have had him. He's not an old guy, is he? He's still got a good amount of time left. He could have been built up there just to be up there in the next couple of WrestleManias against Roman Reigns or Braun Strowman.
Yep, anyone. I don't get why they did that to Rusev. That is it's a shocker. We're talking about the next ones. Let's have a look. Who else we got? No Way Jose.
Right, I'll take the lead on this one. I didn't like his gimmick.
Who did his gimmick remind you of?
Let's not go there.
Come on, give me your first reaction. What did you think of when you saw him?
Initially, yeah. But also, it goes back further and further until you just say you've seen this gimmick so many times.
Yep.
And you can tell when someone aren't pulling them off properly.
Yeah, terrible gimmick. Not really showing him, but no, you can do about it, really, is there?
And also, with a name like No Way Jose.
No Way Jose.
Jose, whatever. Apologies. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. I never really cared for the guy. he wasn't the greatest wrestler. He could have been Mikada, but you've got to have everything in the wrestling business, and that name of his just didn't help him, I don't think.
No, the gimmick didn't help. The name didn't help. He was doomed from the start, if I'm honest with you. So maybe he might be the one to come back, maybe in a couple of years' time, reinvent himself or something.
I think the only place he'll ever end up is NXT.
What, go back there at some point?
If he goes back there and to keep going, we might get something out of him. But then again, he hasn't got the chance now.
Well, let's see what happens. Good luck to the guy. Let's hope he comes back better than ever. Right, next one. Who have we got next? Oh, this is a bit... Well, I don't know if I was really shocked about this or not, because it's been for a while that these two wanted to leave anyway. Mike Kanellis and Maria Kanellis.
Yeah, they asked for the release, didn't they? And they got refused it.
Yeah.
So really, it's not so much of a surprise. Maybe it's for the best for them in their own careers.
Was you a fan of them?
I to a point. They never really stood out together. I mainly remember Maria from years ago.
Yeah.
And to me, she hasn't improved massively.
She made a couple of cameo appearances, didn't she? I think she made one in the Women's Royal Rumble. And I think she made an appearance at the Evolution pay-per-view, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, apart from that, didn't really do much with them, did they? The thing is, WWE, they hire these guys, and then when they get them, they don't know what to do with them.
Well, the thing is, though, if they were trained her up fully, because they've been doing that mixed tag thing lately, haven't they?
Yeah.
So they could have been, that could have been their starring thing. Man and wife. Yeah. Headline that.
I love their entrance music.
Yeah, we know. It's at your wedding.
But one of the best entrances I've ever heard, actually.
If you couldn't forget it, could you?
No.
And that's another thing. When they had decent gimmicks, decent matches, Mikada, I'll say, they could have, kept going for a long time, really.
I'm surprised you didn't compare them to the next Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth. No.
Less about their relationship, by the way. It wasn't all roses, was it?
All right, this is another wasted guy. This really did annoy me, because when he was in NXT, he was absolutely, he was really decent. And then as soon as he went onto the main roster, they just shat all over him. And that guy was EC3.
A lot of potential, but they never let him be put over, did they?
What was he like in TNA?
It was very similar to how he was in NXT.
Oh, so he was getting used and to his potential.
Yeah, he was a very good all-rounder, really. Charismatic, exciting to watch. You wanted to see him. That's what you want, isn't it, really? That's all you want.
Did he speak much?
He did a bit of, it wasn't like silent. It wasn't like Kane. He knew he could handle himself on the mic.
The only thing I can remember from EC3 being on Raw is when Dean Ambrose said to him, "Where's EC1 and EC2?"
Yeah, that's kind of how he got crapped on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, like, you got to bear in mind, this guy was a former TNA world champion.
Yeah, see what I mean? Wasted.
He is very good.
And then he got down to running after the 24/7 title after that, I think.
To be honest, I think for the WWE, he had the look that they wanted in the Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah.
And now they're coming, with everything evolving, they look at him and they go, "You're flash of the past. We're trying to get rid of that." And, also when they go from NXT to either Raw or SmackDown, they're on completely different story creators, aren't there?
Yeah.
And you got people in NXT who can see the potential, push them, and it doesn't mean that the writers in Raw or SmackDown are going to put them over.
Well, this is what I said to you on that WrestleMania review we did. Every time someone gets called up from NXT, normally 9 out of 10 they get shat on. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes.
It is, unless you come in with a huge gimmick, and normally you got to be with people as well. Like, you think about the Shield.
Oh yeah, sometimes they will pull it off and do good from an NXT call up, but most of the time it's they don't know what to do with them.
Would the Shield have worked if it was just one at a time though?
No.
And that'd been another 2 wrestlers and Roman Reigns wasted.
Yep. Such a shame on the EC3 as well. Just again, wasted talent. Should have done more with him. Right, let's go to the next one. Here we got Eric Young.
Another TNA world champion.
Who didn't really do nothing after they broke up. I think it was Sanity, I think it was called. Yeah, Sanity.
He should have been up there with Joe, AJ. The guys that he developed a craft with, they know how to use him.
Yep.
Whether it was to put themselves over, they still would have got Eric Young across. In TNA, he was a massive babyface who had the crowd in the palm of his hand.
But I'd say you know more about him because you watched a lot more TNA than I did.
I watched a lot of early, 2006 onwards, mainly, until I think it was 2010, Hogan.
Yeah, with Bishop.
Yeah. As soon as they took away the 6-sided ring, it started dwindling.
Wasn't he in a group with like a Canadian group?
Yes, he was.
How did that?
Well, they were good. They were very good. He was in Team Canada.
That was it. Team Canada.
They only ran for 2 years, and the fact is that someone like you, who's not a TNA fan, actually still remembers them. Shows how much impact they had.
I do.
Pardon the pun. How much impact they had over 2 years.
I do. I think they did well with that, actually, that Team Canada.
I mean, that Bobby Roode.
Yeah, he had a few of them in, actually. I remember now. I remember that. It was, it was a good look. That was a good stable, good faction, that.
I mean, they had P.T. Williams. He was a fantastic wrestler.
P.D. Williams, the Canadian Destroyer.
That was when I first saw him perform that, it was just incredible.
See, so if they're given the time, they can actually get themselves over then, can't they, really? But in WWE, you don't get that much time to do this sort of stuff because they're not giving them a chance.
Well, one of Eric Young's, I would say, defining moments was when he went up against Bobby Roode in a massive feud. and it got all the way down to Bound for Glory and beyond that. It was huge news. And then he went up against the main event Mafia, again, big names. And it's just a shame because I was excited when I heard he come to WWE.
I did. I was as well. And I remember watching them when they performed Sanity. What did you think to Sanity?
They were good. I felt he should have been more on his own.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, because he's always seemed to be in factions, but he's always seemed to come out better as a single wrestler.
The only person to come out on top of that group was Nikki Cross. All the rest are gone now.
Yeah. Alexander Wolf, Sawyer Fulton.
Wolf is in NXT UK, I believe.
Yeah, I don't actually watch that, so I'm not too sure. We've really got to start watching that because apparently it's really good.
I do watch it in like clippets. I don't watch it all, but we should start watching that actually.
We definitely should.
It's on TV as well. It's not on the network, so.
Well, you can get it on network.
Oh, can you? I watch it on the TV.
Every time I put the network on, it says, UK, NXT UK, and it's like, you keep hearing all the buzz about him. I mean, Pete Dunne's gone across to it, hasn't he?
Yeah, Pete Dunne. There's a few of them on there. So, and sometimes Finn Balor comes across as a match. So it's worth checking out. Anyway, we're going off topic. What else we got? So we got Primo Cologne and Epico Cologne. Sorry, Primo Cologne, Epico Cologne.
About time.
Shame though, because you know, I would have done in my fantasy booking on if I was running WWE, I would have brought back Carlito and teamed them up with these two and had a nice little faction going on.
No, I would take the money that you make from these two, then pay Carlito to come back.
Yeah, but it would be nice to have a little, because factions doing free do work. I don't think Epico and Primo are going to be like top main eventers, but they are really, really good wrestlers. And Carlito, to me, never got the chance to shine as a main eventer. So I reckon putting them three together for a little while would have been pretty cool, stable.
Well, you might as well throw Chris Masters back in there, then they'll go back to WrestleMania 22, won't they?
Oh, you know what? That's how I do it. The Masters of Cool. There you go.
They spit in the face of people who don't want to be muscular.
Well, yeah, I can understand. They weren't on telly for years. They've disappeared, and so I'm not surprised about them one. This one I am surprised on, which I just want to talk about really quickly, the last one. Before we get on to the women. It's Eric Rowan.
I kind of saw it coming, to be honest.
Did you really?
I didn't think he'll be there. Well, I gave him a year in my own head. I thought, as soon as Luke Harper went to AEW, I thought, give him a year. He's either going to ask for release or just get cut.
I think they made a mistake when they split him up from Daniel Bryan.
See, I still would have kept with Luke Harper.
Yeah, the Bludgeon Brothers. That was right, yeah. There was a great tag team, Bludgeon Brothers. I like that. And then all of a sudden, it just fizzled out. I
mean, maybe they could have had a better name, but regardless of that, it was a good, solid tag team that could have just, even if you don't want them winning the title, they could have been up there challenging, like putting people over, improving the tag team division.
Yep, I agree. I never did really rate Eric Rowan as a single wrestler.
No.
Especially oh my God, that bloody storyline with him in that cage, what lasted for about 5 months, and all it turned out to be was a fake tarantula. Ugh, what a waste of my life watching that.
Well, the thing is, though, I think as soon as he stopped tagging, they didn't know what to do. Maybe he had more ability than what they're letting on, and they didn't let him show it. Maybe
you can build a gimmick by carrying a pet around with you. Jake the Snake did it. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat pulled it off. I can't see Eric Rowan pulling it off with a fake tarantula. I mean, at one point it pretended to bite him and bleed in one of the matches. I just thought, and then that day he just came out and Drew McIntyre just smashed it with a steel steps, and that was the end of it. Didn't see him after that. And the next minute he's been released. So all that was just a waste of time.
But when you listen to yourself say that, surely you can see in your own head that it was coming.
Yeah, just a shame. I think they could have done a little bit more with him. Shouldn't have got rid of Luke Harper.
Didn't he ask for his release?
Hey?
Didn't he ask for a release?
Who, Luke Harper?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, that they've both been wasted. He had a good run as well at some point with the Continental title, but they didn't really bother him that much with it, did they?
No, but let's be fair. They was only drafted in to put Bray Wyatt over.
Yeah. At least done the right thing with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Last but not least, we'll talk about is Sarah Logan, which I don't get why this. I just don't get this.
The best member of the Riot Squad.
In your opinion?
Well, I think in most people's opinion. Have you seen him wrestle?
I don't know. I like Liv Morgan.
Yeah, we know why you like Liv Morgan. No, in pure wrestling terms, I would say that Sarah Logan had it over him.
What, not Ruby Riott?
No.
How come?
Because when you look at it as a basic wrestling format, her basic maneuvers were a lot cleaner. They're a lot more. She gave a lot more to every performance, and that what I could see the other two giving. Like when you see them in a triple threat situation, it was always Sarah Logan who like took the shine away from doing all these cool things. You know, the other two, no against them, they're good wrestlers, but if you gave me them three on a card and say which one to go, it will never be Sarah Logan. It'll be a hard choice between the other two.
Well, I just literally, she was on Raw this past week on Monday Night Raw. She took on that Shayna Baszler, and then all of a sudden, a day later or two, she's been released. It's weird. The best bit, they actually are short on the ground of women there on the main roster, so I don't get why they've done that.
Don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And then there was Alexander Jacek, MJ Jenkins, and Joshua Williams from NXT. They all got released, but the main one I was also quite shocked I don't get was Mike Chioda, the referee who's been refereeing for many, many years in WWE, and for some reason they wanted to get rid of him.
I can't even think how long he has been. I've just known that name ever since JR was a commentator.
Definitely early 90s. I'm almost certain of it. Years. I mean, it was a long time he's been there.
But while we're saying all this, we don't know his situation. We don't know whether they've come up to him and say, look, we're having to release people. How do you feel about you being let go and letting one of the younger ones come through? We don't know.
We don't know. But it is a shocker, though.
And
right,
also,
what we're going to do then... Oh, sorry, carry on.
We got one more person who's been released who I mentioned.
Who's that? Leo
Kurt
Rush.
Angle.
Oh, yes. Oh, we've got to talk about Leo Rush as well.
Yeah, Leo Rush. We'll quickly go through Leo first.
Okay.
He went to Twitter as well. He wasn't very happy, but he seems to be like
spirits.
Yeah, he seems to be like saying thank you more and just saying, you know, everything he's come through, he's learned, he's overcome, he's got friends, etc. He seems like he'll be all right. It's already
never have split him from Bobby Lashley.
See, I just don't get how Bobby Lashley is still there.
No, Bobby Lashley's a good wrestler.
He's all right at best.
Hey, Donald Trump picked him for WrestleMania. That's all I'm going to say about that.
And the person who came out on top of that was Bloody Umaga as the best wrestler.
Anyway, we're going off topic.
Right, so let's just
Kurt
Angle, the Hall of Famer.
But I'm not surprised about this because let's be honest. Well, I'm glad he returned. We all glad he returned, but his last match was.
Well, let's go into how you feel about that match.
Not much to say apart from it was utter shite.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't. Kurt, this is Kurt Angle. And your final retirement match, he requested to have it to be as John Cena. They shot it down, and Vince said, let's have Baron Corbin as your final opponent. But to make things worse, let's have you lose to Baron Corbin in your final match. So, and the next night on Raw, he wants to say goodbye. I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm glad he's getting a bit of a good farewell. And then he gets beat down by Lars Sutherland, and we haven't seen from for God knows how long now. And that was the end of it. And I just thought, this is Kurt Angle. Kurt freaking Angle. This guy deserves so much more better than that.
Sexy Kurt.
He'll make your ankle hurt.
Well, but no. The Olympic gold medalist to a major player in the late 90s, early 2000s of WWE, then going on to TNA, then back, become Hall of Fame, be able to put on these still impressive matches at his age, and then develop storylines with other wrestlers. Why get rid of someone who could help them develop wrestlers?
So Angle, that's a sort of knowledge you want to be dipping into when it comes to becoming a wrestler.
I mean, to be fair, Lance Storm did get released after 4 months as well.
Yeah.
But it's not really the same thing with a tenureship, is it?
No, if
or
it could be serious
months to years.
I don't think it can be, no. It's Kurt Angle. No
Right.
one can get a crowd reception like Kurt Angle. Just can't believe they did that. But in a way, I'm not surprised he got released because he don't wrestle anymore. He's not a GM anymore. So
couldn't you have sent him to NXT to help?
Yeah, I'd have done that. I'd have had him on there any time of day, being a backstage person, helping out.
Even as a commentator, like William Regal used to?
Maybe. I think he's more got an on-screen presence where he should be I don't understand why they stopped doing general managers.
They kind of got bored of it again, didn't they?
Yeah, but they might have done, but we didn't.
No, but it's... To be fair, most of the decisions are made through the American fan base, aren't they?
Yeah.
And once the Americans turn, the rest of us got to turn with them.
It's a shame.
It is. They should dip in to see what each territory wants, and then just take a little bit for each, keeping each happy, rather than one massive demographic.
Yep. So, I can't believe it. Right, we'll end this because I want to end this in a unique way. So I'm going to tell you the wrestlers' names out of all these, and you're just going to say to me, AEW bound or not. Okay?
Okay.
Or you could say Impact if they still want to hire wrestlers. Or either say AEW, Impact, or return to WWE in the future. Okay? Drake Maverick.
AEW.
Kurt Hawkins.
Should retire.
Zack Ryder.
Should go back to doing podcasts and make his money there.
No, you don't get this. I said AEW, return to WWE.
Yeah, but I don't think they fit any of them.
Well, and just say no comment then.
Right, as I say, none. Right, start from the top again.
All right, we'll start it again. Right, we'll end this by either you saying AEW, Impact, return to WWE, or something else.
Okay, let's go.
Drake Maverick.
AEW.
Kurt Hawkins.
Something else.
Zack Ryder.
Something else.
Heath Slater.
Impact.
Luke Gallows.
AEW.
Carl Anderson.
AEW.
Rusev.
Return WWE.
No way, Jose.
Return to WWE, I reckon.
God. Sarah Logan.
I would hope she went to AEW.
Mike Kanellis and Maria Kanellis.
Impact.
Aiden English.
Return.
EC3.
Impact.
Leo Rush.
I would say I could see him going to AEW.
Eric Young.
Impact.
Primo and Epico Cologne.
I could see them making a return.
And Eric Rowan.
AEW.
And last but not least, Kurt Angle.
I don't know.
Return as an agent or something.
He could, or he could go to AEW and be on the posters for them. Or for Kurt Angle, he's unique. He could have any possibility he wants. You just got to take it.
Right, well, that's it now, ladies and gentlemen. That is our quick review and recap on all the WWE releases. Stay tuned for more videos and podcasts coming soon. Follow the link and descriptions below for any more of our past podcasts we're doing, and we'll be doing some more in due course. For now, take care, everybody. From yours truly, Ricky and Michael. This has been the Diamond Enigma podcast.
Nice one. I think that one went a lot better.
I think it did, actually.